Good day everyone. I am Lady Jeanette Avili Riza, and for today I am going to discuss about circle graph. What is a circle graph? To answer the question, a circle graph is also known as a pie chart. The graph is in the shape of a circle with different wedges that each represent a percentage of a total. These wedges often look like pieces of pie, which is why the circle graph is sometimes referred to as a pie chart. Each angle of the circle graph is proportional to the quantity it represents. Here is a picture of a circle graph. The circle graph was first used in 1801 by William Playfair. However, it did not gain popularity until the late 1800s when used by Florence Nightingale. This is a picture of William Playfair. That's all.
Hello, my name is Bernadette Alsola and I'll be discussing the advantages of circle graph. What are its advantages? Circle graph is simple to draw and the information can be easily conveyed through it. Really is a good way to show relative sizes and data at a glance. Circle graph represents data visually as a fraction of a whole, mostly used to summarize financial data. It also allows the users to see the difference between two units, as you can see here. Comparing circle graph to other types. Unlike circle graph, bar graphs struggle to effectively communicate their message with wide ranges of data, and unlike circle graph, data and information in a pictograph is hard to compare, and circle graph are visually simpler while line graph isn't visually appealing with wide ranges of data. So here is the summary of the main advantages of a circle graph. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone! Today's topic is all about the disadvantages of a circle graph. As we all know that a circle graph is known as a pie chart. A pie chart becomes less effective if it uses too many pieces of data. Let's take a look at this list of the disadvantages of a circle graph. The first disadvantages is if too many pieces of data are used, pie chart become less effective, which is correct because the more data that you use in a single pie chart, it becomes crowded and hard for us to understand. The second disadvantages is that, as mentioned earlier, it becomes crowded and hard to read if there are too many pieces of data. And even if you add data labels and numbers, it may not help here. The third disadvantage is you need a series to compare multiple sets as this chart only represents one data set. So if there are too many data, you are to use multiple sets because you are to compare. The fourth disadvantage is to analyze and assimilate information quickly. This may make it more difficult for readers. And lastly, to make decision based on visual impact rather than data analysis leads reader to draw inaccurate conclusion. That's all for my topic. Thank you for listening.
There are types of circle graph. The first one is the exploded circle graph. This graph has sections that are exploded out without changing the underlying data. It shows details of smaller sections or to highlight one section. So this is an example of exploded circle graph wherein you can see exploded out sections. The second one is the circle graph. It is the basic circle graph and it is used to visualize information and data. So this is an example of circle graph wherein we commonly use and we use to encounter. The third one is the donut chart. It is the same as the circle graph, but with a hole in the center. It is able to support multiple statistics as one. So it could look like this that has two layers or like this that has one layer only. So the last one is the exploded donut chart. It is the same as a donut chart, but the wedges have exploded out. So exploded donut chart is the combination of exploded circle graph and donut chart. It displays the contribution of each value to a total while emphasizing individual values, but they can contain more than one data series. So it could look like this, that has one layer, or like this, that has two layers. So that's it.
Application of circle graph in real life. Last September 14 to 2020, the Pulse Asia conducted a survey on the performance of the government leaders Duterte in the Philippines. Out of 1,200 respondents, 91% has a big trust on Duterte, 6% were undecided, and 3% has small or no trust at all. So this is how we are going to present data using a circular graph. The blue one, or 91%, represent big trust on Duterte. It is equivalent to 1,092 respondents. The orange one, or 6%, represent undecided, or equivalent to 72 respondents. The gray one, or 3%, represents small or no trust at all. It is equivalent to 36 respondents. That's all. Thank you.